Ready.
Set.
Gamecast.
Welcome to Ready Set Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and my birthday. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined by my birthday well-wisher, Darian.
It's me. I did it. I wished him birthday.
And my other birthday well-wisher, Matt.
Happy birthday, Bryce. Did you get my gift?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, I gifted you a sub to my Twitch channel.
I did not receive a notification of that yet, but I guess that's a thing that occurred.
Oh my god.
Now I can use the pickle emotes that are available.
That's funny.
Via his thing, and I don't have to watch ads when Matt streams.
That's true.
It's my birthday. Today, this episode has been recorded on October 4th, which is the anniversary of the day I was born.
May the 4th be with you.
Fun fact about it is I was actually born in Germany, so it's no longer October 4th in the place I was born.
I saw you tweeted that, and I was like, what? Bryce was born in Germany?
I was.
How long did you live in Germany?
About a year.
Do you have good memories?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Do you have any memories?
No. I found a video of my parents have from around the time I was born to, I think, shortly before they left. Like, literally, the video starts with my parents walking through, like, a garden or something, and my mom is, like, visibly pregnant, and the date says, like, October 3rd. And I'm like, that one's me. I could tell that one's me in there. And then the next time, there was a video with crying baby, and my dad shirtless. And I'm like, pretty sure that one's also me. So that's that. My memories of Germany are watching that videotape and going, that's what it was like when I was there.
Does that mean you have dual citizenship?
I believe, from my understanding, I had it until I was 21, or that's what I was vaguely told. I have not looked any further into it. That'd
be cool if you could just like move to Germany.
It would be cool. It'd just be like pop over there, guy. It'd be like, hey, yeah, but I was from here. It's cool. Hey Matt, what have you been playing?
Video games.
Like?
I've been playing video games. Mostly Hades, I think, but also Among Us. But I talked about Among Us last time, so I'm going to talk about Hades. It released into its 1.0 state. It's a roguelite, depending on what way you classify it. And I'm playing on Switch. It's super character and story driven, which I'm not used to when playing like a run-based game like that. But I think it adds a lot. Like I think it's really easy to, if you want to ignore the story stuff, just skip through it. But everything's fully voice acted. It's all dealing with Greek gods, and you are the son of Hades, Zagreus, and you are trying to escape hell and trying to escape, I guess, the underworld. Is it called Hades?
No, Hades.
Because that's your dad.
You're trying to escape hell.
You're trying to escape hell. Do they call it hell in Greek terms?
Like, I believe it's called the underworld. I mean, there's different layers of it and stuff. But
right,
no,
so you try to navigate out through the 4 layers, I believe. I've made it to the 3rd one, but I haven't made it much further than that. And as you go, you earn currencies to upgrade.
Is that after the Hydra?
Yeah, I beat the Hydra once.
Okay.
My last run, I just died on the Hydra.
When I played that when it first came out in early access 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And when last time I played it, they had just added the Hydra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I haven't touched it since. And it's one of those, it's kind of like I got burnt out on early access deal and everybody's playing now and I'm like, I kind of played a lot of it. Like, and I feel like I should come back, and maybe that's the thing I'll do. But it's kind of weird due to the deal of like I played a lot of this game when it wasn't there yet.
Yeah, I feel like I generally avoid early access because of that. Like even if I bought Ooblets and I haven't played that yet, just because I was like, oh, I feel like they got a lot of crap when they announced they were going to Epic, so I bought the game right away. But then I'll probably play it, once it's further along. But yeah, now that Hades is out and it's on Switch, it's super, portable in that way. I played both on TV and on handheld. I think I'm preferring handheld mode. I feel like it's just a little snappier, less input delay or something than there is on the TV. And each run you get blessed from various gods, or the gods actually of like Zeus's order will assist you in your quest to make it out of the underworld. So you build your I guess stack your tree, your loadout as you go. And you can choose, there's a bunch of different weapons. I think I have like 4 or 5 unlocked right now. You have a primary attack, a secondary attack, and a cast ability. Later you'll unlock an ultimate ability. And so you're like, mixing and matching all these skills as you go. And then there's also the like more permanent upgrades based on how you do each run. You get currencies for that, so you get stronger over time. So if you're not someone that's very good at like, an action type of game like this, you will get better. It will get easier. Like I haven't finished a run yet, but I'm getting further more consistently now. And then there's a lot of, like I said before, like a lot of character-driven story built into it. It almost has like a relationship sim feel to it. Like you can build your favor and relationship with the characters in various ways, and you can talk to them each time, and they'll always have something else to say. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah. I definitely, when I was doing early access, definitely they had a lot of things to say, but there definitely was times where it's like, oh yes, I've heard that line before. It definitely is exciting because they almost like reward you for losing, because like you are getting more story when you come back and then you talk to each person, and they'll kind of like have something to say for the most part about like, what happened in your last run, or like just like here's something new. Especially once like more characters show up at your like home base.
Right. Yeah. I've I think added 1 permanent character there to the House of Hades, so that's cool. Like, yeah, it's kind of expanding. You're kind of building that base out, but you're also trying to leave there. So
yeah,
there's a lot of interesting threads.
I'd be interested to jump into it now, because like I've seen people, I don't know if people are just playing a heck of a lot of it, but I know that things felt way harder when I was playing in early access, and it seems like it might be easier because I've seen people like finish the game, and so it was like, I don't know if you've been playing a shit ton of it and that's why you've done that, but like I've seen a lot of people be like, I'm fighting Hades now, and I'm like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of streams of that.
Yeah,
people are just like, yeah, I'm on my 2nd or 3rd Hades fight, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, maybe they made it quicker to kind of move through stuff. I might think about jumping in again. What else you been playing?
So I dabbled back in Animal Crossing, but I haven't hit the seasonal update, so I'm planning on doing that more and consistently now that there's like the Halloween and pumpkin stuff going on. But I just like got back into my town for the first time, and they're like, it's been 3 months. Where have you been? And,
I actually had that happen where, because my birthday was coming up, I jumped back in and I went around to everybody, and they're like, it's been 3 months. Where have you been? And then I went to this kangaroo that got brought into my town from my girlfriend's, which I do not care for. And
Which kangaroo?
Kit.
I love Kit.
Well, I don't care for them. I don't think I like kangaroos in general. And when I went to talk to them, so everybody else like, it's been 3 months. When I went to talk to them, they were like, it's been 6 months. And I'm like, that sounds about right.
I don't want to visit my town.
It's like, I didn't want to.
I just ignored you for half that time.
Yeah. Definitely was cool. But go ahead.
I also jumped in to Super Mario Brothers 35, which is the 35th Super Mario Brothers game, and it's just incredible that they've made.
That's
34
not true,
before
is it?
this. No, I don't think so.
I was like, that like doesn't
blatant
sound
lie.
That didn't sound right, but also like it sounds like it could be true because there's probably a lot of Super Mario games. If you're counting anything that Super Mario has appeared in, like Mario Kart, Mario Tennis.
Yeah, there's probably more than 35 if you're counting any Mario
over
game.
200 games.
Okay, so I wonder what the 35th was. Not this one.
I mean, of the Super Mario Brothers, they're probably on like 15, maybe like Final Fantasy numbers.
Maybe. How is like? What makes him super in one game and just Mario in the other? Does he have to be able to go super in the game for it to be Super Mario? And I feel like he goes super. I don't think he goes super in Mario Kart.
No, have they? They've all been Super Mario Brothers, right? Like the NES was Super Mario Brothers.
I think it was Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 1985.
Okay.
Pack-in game with the NES.
Yeah. Okay.
Super Mario Bros. 2 was 1986.
Well, the original for arcade was
same
just
year.
Yeah, the original for arcade was called Mario Bros.
Okay. So console based.
Super Mario Bros. Is specifically for the consoles.
Interesting.
Super Mario Bros. Is a platform video game developed and published by Nintendo, the successor to the 1983 arcade game Mario Bros.
Okay.
And the first in the Super Mario series of platformers.
Yeah, they are not like it's not the same game. It's original Mario Brothers is of like pipe-based shenanigans, which I guess they all are, but that one's entirely pipe-based. Anyway,
New Super Mario.
So
Bros.
tell me about what playing with 35 Super Mario Brothers at the same time is like. Is it fun? Is it great?
It's not as hard as I thought it would be, and I haven't won yet. So it's somewhere in that.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's not nearly as chaotic as it could have been.
Okay, so what? I don't like the fact that you can't control Mario with the joysticks.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Like I was just using the D-pad.
That was my first instinct was to use the joysticks, and they're like, select an enemy. And I'm like, no, move Mario. And I was like, buttons, I guess. Like, I feel like the buttons aren't what I expect them to be. And so
you can swap the A, B, X, Y. There's like two options there in the settings.
Oh, I might have to look at that.
But I use the Y and B. I use Y to run, B to jump, which is like the default, I think. And then the D-pad. Mario's a little slower. You can't quite run at like the actual natural speed you can in the regular game. So they cap you there. You still slide around a bit, like, your shoes don't have a ton of traction. And then as you're battling the 34 other players, it's like Tetris, where you're sending junk basically to other people's screens as you defeat enemies, and they're sending them to you. So, as you start out, you're starting World 1-1, you might jump on a Goomba, that Goomba's going somewhere else, and some are coming to you if people are targeting you. So at points, you can get like 3 Bowsers on your screen if you've all just cleared a castle. You can spend coins to get like a random assist item. So it could be a POW, it could be a mushroom, it could be a star, it could be a fire flower. And as you kill enemies, you gain time. It's all kind of a time trial based thing where it's constantly ticking down. So if you run out, you're out. And otherwise, if you like fall down a pit or get killed as mini Mario by enemies, then you're out and you get eliminated. The best I've done is top 3. And they played the little victory music when I got 3rd place, so that was kind of cool. But I haven't gotten that W.
Yeah. I messed with it a little bit. It's cool twist. I don't know how much I'm gonna put into it, but it does seem way more accessible than Tetris, because it's like Mario's easy to understand. Just gotta focus on playing Mario and ignore the fact that there's 700 Goombas.
Yeah, and like that kind of makes it even more fun. Like you can try to jump on them or just ignore them and try to get a POW or whatever. There's I don't know that there's like optimal strategy really. It's more like a party by yourself and there's a bunch of other people doing it too, Where I feel like Tetris is like more of like this is an elimination mode and it's just Tetris, right? This is like just kind of goofy fun. It's free if you pay for the Switch Online. So if you pay the $20 a year, they give you this game for the next 6 months or something.
Or if you're in a family plan with someone who is paying.
That's true. I pay for a family plan.
I pay for a family plan, and I have, I think, 2 of my friends in it.
I have at least 5 connected now. I know that.
Do you think Darian knows that I've been talking about her?
Oh. Darian, you should play this game. Bryce is paying for it.
She is present for the audio listener. She is existing in the space. She's just like side-eyeing and kind of like looking.
What's wrong
like
with Super Mario Bros? Number 35. Darian, what have you been playing?
You guys ever heard of a bra girl?
Isn't that hollaback girl?
No, that is a hollaback girl, Bryce. A bra girl is not the same.
Well, maybe
it's my shit.
The kids these days like to shorten things, so maybe she just bras back. Is that holla bras back? She's like bra.
Let me be honest. I was zoning out and looking at witchy jewelry. So I didn't hear what game Bryce is paying for me to play.
I'm paying for a Nintendo Switch service.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And thus,
so you can play Super Mario Brothers 35.
That's all right. I could.
I'm not saying that you have to. We were just having a discussion about
It's kind of free.
The online plan. And
is multiplayer a thing? Like, can I invite my friends into the same lobby?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of. No.
So there's no.
I wish.
If you have like 10 minutes though, you could just play like 5 games of it. Honestly.
I wish they made that more of a thing in battle royales, like that one person can win, because like that being a thing in Fall Guys is so great that like technically only one of you can win, but you can still play with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
More games need to do that. But Darian, you were gonna tell us what you were playing.
I also played a bunch more Among Us, like a lot. I played a few more League of Legends games.
What's going on in the league?
Is back. Ultra Rapid Fire is back. Always fun.
Love it.
That sounds fun.
Matt, when was the last time you played auto chess?
Oh, I don't know. It was season. I think I talked about it on the show the last time I played.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was still a thing that like is active in the. I'm sure there's.
It exists still, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people playing it. It just seems like when it first came out, like it was a hot thing, and then once Matt stopped playing it, you just don't hear about it anymore.
I just learned how bad I was at it the last time I played, and was like, "Oh, this is a whole thing I have to invest time into now. I'm not ready for that."
Okay, but normal Dota or not Dota, normal League.
I think Darian was playing auto chess pretty well the last time I talked about it too. She was like, "Yeah, I'm this rank, and it's much higher than yours." Do you auto chess at all anymore?
I haven't played it since they released the newest update that we talked about, like the week before it came out. I haven't touched it yet, but I watched my boyfriend play it a lot. He likes it.
Did he win?
He doesn't win as much this time because he hasn't found his ridiculous strategy. He does the thing where he'll play it enough and then he'll figure out what strategy he likes the best, and it'll be something that like works like 25% of the time, but when it does work, it's disgusting.
That's fun. Yeah, that's like a fun, like you try to build towards that, and if you get eliminated, oh well, but if you can get it, yeah.
And you steamroll. But I'm more excited about playing Catherine Full Body, which came out in like November 2019, I think, so I'm like a year late. But I bought the collector's edition, and I finally started playing that on my new stream. And
How
that's been
sexy
fun.
of a game is it? Because I'm like not really familiar other than seeing the name around the internet every once in a while.
So it's a little sexy. It's not like the focus of the game. Like the focus of the game is you're Vincent and you're dating your girlfriend Catherine, who's Catherine with a K. And then one night you cheat on her with Catherine with a C.
She's prim and proper Catherine, and then there's like sexy new Catherine.
So it's a little bit more deep than that. So Vincent and Catherine with a K are like high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
And Catherine with a K wants to get more serious and stuff. And Vincent's not real sure how he feels about that. And then he cheats on her with Catherine with a C. Didn't knowingly do it though. He woke up and had no memory of going to bed with this woman.
As you do.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I say that all of the time. That's this.
See, but okay, I can't really explain why that's like legit real a thing because that's spoiler territory. Like there is a story reason why he doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
he
same
really
thing.
doesn't know though. It's not a lie. He literally cannot recall these things.
That is the same thing that I tell my partners that I can't explain further, or else it would spoil things.
Here's the thing: his Catherine with a K doesn't know he's cheating on her.
Yet.
Not yet, I assume. Wait, so it's an ongoing thing then?
Well,
the cheating?
Cheating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so at some point he knows that he's doing it. It's not the amnesia got me again.
No.
dang it. Honey, I swear it's the amnesia every dang time.
I really would like to elaborate further on what kind of weird supernatural fun stuff is happening because I do know at least 3 of the endings, but I don't know all of the endings yet because they did add new endings and new content and a whole new character who introduces a whole new story arc. And I'm learning about that.
Okay, so it's got like supernatural story elements to it. And then how does it play? Is it like it's like a platformer, right? Puzzle platformer?
So, yes, some of the gameplay is puzzle platformer, but there's also like
story choices.
Almost like what?
I know that like during the day you're doing like story choices or a personality test type thing.
In the evening you hang out at the bar, the Stray Sheep, and you can control Vincent in the bar and decide how your evenings at the bar play out. But there's also like a lot of cutscenes and stuff that are like it's there's like a full hour and a half of animated cutscenes or something per playthrough. And then there's like, so each night you do puzzles. And then you wake up in the morning, the day plays out, and then at night you're at the bar and you play as Vincent at the bar. You control Vincent, you decide what he does. And then once you leave the bar, you go back into the nightmare world and do the puzzles. And there's new puzzle stuff than there was in the first game, in the original, I guess. There's new puzzle elements and lots of really cool changes to like the story and stuff involving this new character whose name is Rin, and she's adorable. I would die for her. I don't know anything about her yet because I refuse to look at anything for the game, but I'm pretty sure
she is yet to see like any of the cutscenes because she just refuses to look at them.
Yeah, I close my eyes.
I'll experience this game visually or auditorially only.
I will hear it. No, I mean like going online and looking at it. Gosh,
yeah.
Please.
I'm doing a hilarious prank this episode because it's my birthday. I'm doing the heckles.
It's not hilarious.
Can I get?
I think it's not bad. Like,
hey, I'll take not bad.
Yikes. I think it's super fun. I know that there's controversy behind the game. I don't remember specifics, but it has something to do with the trans character and stuff.
Oh.
There was a little bit of backlash when Full Body came out. So I was going to play it on stream, and then I was like, I'm going to wait. And then it took me until I made a new stream to do it. That's it. That's all I've been playing. I don't want to talk about games anymore.
Okay, well, the podcast is over,
This
guys.
is an anime
Over.
podcast now.
Podcast is over, guys. Nice.
Play the outro.
Wait, can we talk about She-Ra?
No.
Sure. What is that?
You've never heard of She-Ra?
It's He-Man's best friend.
Okay, He-Man.
No. She-Ra is a separate thing now.
Okay.
Yes, but they used to be used to be together.
In the
but-
original lore, He-Man existed, and then his sister Adora. So Adam and Adora is their like real person names, but then they also had
Okay.
magical alternative personas, and that's He-Man and She-Ra. That's not the case in the new She-Ra. The new She-Ra has nothing to do with He-Man at all. He is not mentioned one single time, and that show is over.
He was like, "What's going on?" And then she never
Yeah.
said anything.
I've been playing video games. So yesterday I cleared out my office because I've had a table back there for an amount of time to play D&D and also to eat too many burgers on.
So you Animal Crossing to your office.
Sure. I put a table in my is the clearing out the Animal Crossing, or is the putting the table there the Animal Crossing? Is
Pushing stuff around.
Okay.
Picking it up, putting it in your pocket.
Oh, as is a thing that is unique to Animal Crossing. I loaded up Beat Saber. I wanted to experience VR in my new office situation because last time, after I got my new desk, I tried to play VR, but then the sensor fell down, and then I couldn't do that until I got it back up, and it's now there. But I'm doing a stream in 2 weeks from the recording of this. It'll be October 17th. Probably starting at 8 a.m. Central Time. I honestly haven't figured that out, but I'm 90% sure it's 8 a.m. And during that, I will have to play the entire Shrek movie in Beat Saber because we raised $650 for Extra Life, which is a charity supporting Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So I wanted to load up the game and make sure that it's working because it's a custom soundtrack and all that. And so I played until the guys showed up to scare Shrek. Like they're like, we're going to go get the ogre. Actually, no. I did it up until the first appearance of Donkey. When like the lady's trying to sell Donkey to the people and they're like, talk Donkey. And he's like, don't talk. I'm just I played up to that point, and holy heck, that's a lot. It's gonna be a rough time for me. I'm probably gonna turn off arrows because that was very complicated. But like, to be clear, it's so obviously there's music throughout, but also anytime people speak, you're getting beats for that. Literally like
sound effect, like background noise.
I don't think it's background noise. I think it's mostly like music. Definitely seems like there was beats for that. Not for like every single beat of the song. But definitely for like each time people talk. So it's very much a endurance test, and I will be experiencing that. So that'll be a time in my life. I spoke briefly about, I've been playing Animal Crossing because it was my birthday. I got to experience my first birthday in Animal Crossing, which was very cute. I loaded up the game, and Isabel wished me a happy birthday, and then I would step outside, and Prince was hiding behind my door, and he was just like, "You're coming with me, no questions, just follow." And I got there, and it was Prince, Buck, and Sprinkle, and they were chilling at Prince's house, and they had a birthday party ready for me. It was very cute, and they said I'm a real good friend. And then they gave me birthday glasses, and then they put up a piñata for me, and then I whacked it so much. I just kept whacking and whacking and whacking, and everybody shouted of like, "You can do it!" And then cupcakes fell out of the piñata, which is not a good thing to put in a piñata, but they did it. And then all the characters had cool dialogue, and it was cute. And then I went around passing out the cupcakes, and then people would give me other birthday related stuff like birthday candles and stuff. My virtual mommy sent me a birthday cake, which I did take a screenshot of that, and posted it to my real mom's Facebook page and said, "Thanks, Mom, for the sending me this letter in Facebook on Animal Crossing," and I will be interested to see what the heck she thinks like that.
She's gonna be like, "I've been hacked."
Yeah, she'll be like, "I don't have Animal Crossing." What?
She's like, I didn't do that. Somebody's impersonating me.
My computer must have a virus.
But my virtual mommy said like, you're a year older now. Maybe you can try broccoli again. And no, virtual mommy,
Wow,
I
you don't
will
like
not.
broccoli?
No, not it's a tree, and I don't want to eat a tree.
Bryce is the pickiest eater. Do not ask him
Apparently.
what he likes, and be very patient with him when you go out to eat with him, or you will be upset the whole time.
God.
From personal experience.
I like beef.
I'm
I
the
like
opposite.
carrots, and I like
I will
Me
try.
too.
Anything at least once, I'll try it.
I know what my taste buds like. Okay.
Wait, before moving on from Animal Crossing, real quick,
What?
Bryce has an Animal Crossing background, and the tree looks like a birthday hat.
It does.
He's been just wearing it.
Bryce, did you know that all of the cells in your body change every 7 years? And so over time, your taste buds are going to be different and like different things?
If I change every part of a ship, am I still that ship?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's like
You're no
maintenance,
longer the Bryce
right?
you were when you were born.
Like you need a new piece here to reinforce or something, right?
Yeah,
sure.
sure. Sounds good to me.
I mean, there's so many is my brain still the same? Am I not the...
No,
Like-
you're not the same.
Okay. Anyway, I've been playing a game called Going Under, which I first played in Seattle at a side convention to PAX West called the SIX, the Seattle Indie Expo. It has some similarities to Hades, a lot of differences. For example, Hades takes place escaping the underworld. Going Under is about you work at a beverage company and have been asked to go into the dungeons below the business and clear out the baddies of other failed startups that exist underneath the Fizzle company. So like when you get hired on, they'll be like, "Hey, can you go down to Joblin, which is underneath us, and go get defeat their boss and deal with them?" And then once you defeat them for the first time, they drop a special thing, and then it turns out the guy's like, we need to collect all these things for one reason or another. And so you kind of, each time you come back, you can talk to the different characters who work at Fizzle, and they'll kind of have some more stuff to say. They'll also each person will have different objectives of hey, clear an entire floor without dodging, or light enemies on fire, or different things. And then by completing those tasks, you'll level them up as a mentor. And each time you go on a run, you can pick a person to be your mentor, and then you'll get different advantages during your run based on those. And definitely seems like there's kind of this story of how the company's doing, playing out each time you're coming back. And then there's also the question of Fizzle was bought by kind of an Amazon-esque stand-in, and what's going on with all that is interesting. But yeah, it is a run-based roguelite, but with Hades, when you start your run, you're I'm taking the sword, I'm taking the shield, or whatever. With this, you are constantly finding items around the dungeon to use as weapons. Here is a giant pencil, or here's a keyboard that you are then smashing on the enemies, and then they will break every so often, which you will then have to grab more items to then use as your weapons. So it's kind of got an interesting dynamic of like, okay, what am I going to use?
What's available in this circumstance, kind of.
Yeah, and definitely when you defeat enemies, they might have more traditional weapons that you can grab off of them. Sometimes those weapons are scattered around the area as well, but definitely like Joblin might have a sword after I defeat him, and then I'll be like, well, I'm gonna drop this pencil and take this sword. And there's a lot of variety of both weapons and enemies, and each company will have different like theming. Joblin is goblins. There's Winky Face or something like that. Dinky Winkle, something of that nature, which is supposed to be like Tinder. So you're fighting like sexy demons. There's a cryptocurrency dungeon where it's like skeletons and stuff. And yeah, so they have each dungeon kind of has unique gimmicks. Like in the cryptocurrency dungeon, there'll be two forms of currency because you can find stores in the dungeons. And in the cryptocurrency one, you'll be collecting both actual normal ass dollars and like cryptocurrency, and in the store split down the middle, there'll be items that you can buy with cryptocurrency or items you can buy with real cash. And then in the middle, there's like a thing that you can turn your cryptocurrency into dollars, but the prices are constantly fluctuating. Right. So it's got like a lot going on. Like it's cool to like honestly, like the combat feels really satisfying. The dodge rolls are really good. You can get a lot of cool powers. Like there's upgrades that you'll find during the run, like things like when you take damage, the enemies will be electrified, or like your items are now double their size. And then there's just the cooler deal of like, okay, what items am I going to be able to use during this run? How is this run going to go just based on what I'm finding? And then you're trying to complete the objectives. Like each run feels like, even if you failed, to complete that run of the dungeon, at least you might have gotten closer to succeeding to one of your mentor's goals, or you got a better feel for what you're expecting down there.
You should try to get a GameMate Corp tie-in. Honestly,
I told Beckers, I was like, they're making a video game about GameMate Corp. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's on Switch. That's where I'm playing it. I think it's on PC. I think it's on most things. It's pretty cool. But that is what I have been playing, which brings us to the news.
It's time for quick news. It's me, your girl, Darian. I'm here to do some quick news. First
Drop
off,
that quick news.
We're dropping it right here in Pachinki. Minecraft is coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They're bringing Steve. And have y'all seen that cube Kirby? Oh my god, it's so cute.
It is what I would expect Kirby to look like. Have you seen how Steve works? Because that honestly is so like you can build in Smash
They're
Brothers now.
Fortnite in Super Mario or Super Smash Bros. Next.
Yeah.
It's next. It's Fortnite.
Actually, that's probably true. That or Overwatch, right?
Sure. Did you guys see in the video where he's like, yeah, we don't know. We don't always know what the next character is gonna be, and sometimes somebody from Nintendo comes and says, surely you could put Minecraft in your game, and they just kind of stare at you. Kind of suggesting like it wasn't really his choice, but Here we are.
The next news story is the Spider-Man remaster changes a lot, including Peter Parker's face.
They made him look
What
younger.
else did it change besides his face?
A lot of things.
A lot.
I mean, you could say a lot, but like,
I know I I know that it's higher quality, new ray shading, new photo mode, obviously the new face. I think new costumes.
Okay. So they're just adding a bunch of stuff. It's like a deluxe version, not really a remaster.
Well, they changed his face, so
I mean,
Yeah.
well, I think it's also 4K.
better graphics, higher frame rate, new Spider-Man suits, brand new face for Peter Parker. That's it.
I'm saying that's a deluxe version, not a remaster.
There was a tweet that
Even though
listed
they
like
call it a remaster.
5 things. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Marvel Spider-Man Remaster. Remade city assets with ray tracing and ambient shadows. 60 frames per second performance mode. Near instant loading. 3D audio. Increased population density. New photo mode features. And new trophies. And it says "and more," which includes
not a
Peter Parker's
remaster.
face.
All right.
What isn't a remaster just like higher quality? Like this seems like almost more than a remaster.
I almost feel like it can't be a remaster because this game literally came out like not even 2 years ago.
Didn't it come out in 2018?
Well, how long did The Last of Us come out before the PS4? Because they had a PS4 remaster.
I feel like it took a while, didn't it?
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
It's a remaster.
I don't think it fits my arbitrary measurement for what a remaster is.
Matt is going to scribble out the remaster from the weird thing about it is that how to be able to play this remaster on your PS5 is, I believe you can upgrade it from a PS4 edition, or if you want to buy it, you have to buy the Miles Morales Deluxe edition. There was a whole thing about it, which people were doing readings of it because it was really confusing to understand. But we have more quick news.
Animal Crossing's Amiibo cards are coming back. That's exciting.
That is exciting.
That's November, right?
One of my favorite things is asking Darian like a bunch of details about the quick news.
She's like, the headline
things.
says Animal Crossing Amiibo cards are back. That's all I want.
Starting in November, Amiibo cards series 1 through 4 can be purchased at retailers for $5.99 per pack. The cards are random and come in packs of 6.
Oh crap! They're random.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no.
It's like a collector thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you didn't know that they would be
It's
random?
like a trading card
I
game.
thought you could just buy like a full set.
Oh, I'm sure there's a guy on Amazon who will sell you a full set.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be super duper upmarked, though.
I mean, it's going to be way cheaper now than it was before they came back.
Right.
Anybody who has been like selling them for stupid ass prices is now going like, well, there goes that. But
Yep. Darn, now you can't rip off people who just desperately want to put the right characters on their islands. Now you gotta find a legitimate form of income. Last quick news story is Xbox Series X's expansion card costs $219.99. Now, it is a 1 terabyte storage expansion card for the Xbox Series X and S, and it's available for pre-order now.
So is that a terabyte on top of your terabyte?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I believe it's gonna, offer those fast speeds and stuff.
The S might be 500 instead of a terabyte. I'm not sure.
They have a chart about a thing, but I don't understand it exactly. But I believe you're going to get, that fast performance for Xbox Series X's and the same speed as an internal SSD.
It replicates the Xbox Velocity architecture. Faster load times, richer environments, and more immersive gameplay.
Love it.
So it tells you nothing.
I think I'm honestly fine with it because I think very few people are going to be purchasing this, and it's the thing of like why is it okay to have a like hard drive costs as much as the console. And I think the case is they're losing money on the console because they need you to buy the console to play their games, but they're not going to lose money on this expansion card. They're saying
taking back that money with overcharging for the terabyte card.
You could get a crucial 1 terabyte NVMe card for about $100. The Samsung one's about $180. So they're not marking it up that much. It's like a competitive price for what the NVMe store memory actually costs.
Yeah. To be clear, the
Drives.
USB external drives are still compatible with the new consoles. They just won't work with next gen games. So you need a card that can handle the speed of the new games, and that's what you're getting.
That's it for the quick news.
That brings us. We're gonna slow it down.
We're gonna
and
take
bring
our
us
time.
to slow news, starting with Matt.
Amazon
No.
Sorry. Amazon unveils new cloud gaming service Luna. That is our top story, I guess, in the slow news.
I knew a girl who that was her stripper name.
Did she have
Right.
subscription service?
I mean, she might have an OnlyFans at this point. I haven't spoken
Good
with
contribution, Bryce.
Darian's called it like she sees it.
Tell me about this cloud.
Amazon announced Luna. It's video games, but it's in the cloud, so you don't need to buy anything.
Why isn't a Star gaming system?
I don't know if it technically is going to space, right? Maybe then they could have that if it was like a satellite and you had a ping.
Bryce is just gonna ask arbitrary questions about everything forever, isn't he? That's just his character trait that he has.
I think
it's
that's
just
fun.
really just
Matt's
full
amused.
force.
Matt's amused by it. Darian is not.
But yeah, basically Amazon is like, hey Google, we see Stadia, and we're also working on that. Hey Microsoft, we see xCloud, we're also doing that. What makes Luna unique is that instead of a like flat pricing structure, you can subscribe to specific channels, it looks like. So it might be like, I want the Ubisoft channel, so that's, an extra $10 a month or something like that. But they do have the Luna Plus basic version at $5.99 a month during their beta period. And there's a bundle of games that are included in that, and you get 4K 60 for titles that support that. It seems like, a fine idea. We'll see what it's like. It's going to integrate with Twitch, they say. So similar to how Stadia said they're going to integrate with YouTube, where you see, your favorite gamer TM playing, Fortnite or something. And you're like, I want to play Fortnite. And then you can just like jump in through their gaming service. Fortnite's a bad example because that game probably won't be included.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was going to say, like, I wouldn't want to use a cloud gaming service for streaming, but I guess, like, the stream is going to Twitch, owned by Amazon, so, like, there's probably ways to make that work, but I feel like some streamers want to be able to control each bit of their thing. That's why they're, they'll run it off OBS and be able to combine things in the way they want, and if you're using internet, and then having to basically rebroadcast that's gonna cut into your stuff.
What I meant was like you're watching your favorite streamer play a game and you're sitting on your couch and then you're like, oh, this game looks cool, I want to play that right now, and then you just like pick up your Luna controller and you can jump right in is the idea. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. So something to note about this being Amazon is that Amazon has a lot of servers. Like, there are a lot of websites running off of Amazon servers. So they have like the, infrastructure to run it. We'll see, Stadia I hear is picked up. Like they had a very rough launch, but they're kind of getting into a point where things are looking better. But
Before the show, Darian had mentioned something about Stadia, not Stadium. Just like, looking at it and how it's kind of the future.
Yeah, bigger picture. It's a new technology, so I mean, it's still developing. There's going to be kinks, and it's going to probably take a while to get there. But like, there's a pretty good chance that in the next 5 to 10 years, like, it's going to be just as popular as standard console gaming. Like,
yeah, and like Microsoft's already jumping on that, right? With the all digital version, it's like part of that is once you're not directly downloading games from their store with the xCloud tech, in theory, you are doing the same thing. You are just directly streaming those games.
Yeah, I think for that to be the case, though, they need gamers to sign up now so that they can continue the projects and because if they here's the thing about Google that I know. Google will launch a thing and throw it away in like 6 months. They have done that over a bunch of projects.
I think, Stadia probably has the biggest hurdle at this point, right? Like Amazon, it's like, okay, you might already have Prime, or you might already be, if you're a gamer, involved in Twitch in some way, if you have Twitch Turbo or something like that. And then Microsoft has Game Pass, which is, I think that hit at least 5 million subscribers was a number I saw recently.
Yeah, wrapping it into a system that already exists is, I think, going to make it more likely to work. Like, xCloud, I think, has the strongest case of, like, you might not believe in cloud gaming, but you think Game Pass is a good idea. So we're going to include it with Game Pass, so you're already going to have it. But say like, hey, if you're going to try out cloud gaming, you have to pay for Stadia. You have to pay for this thing. Like, that's a big hurdle. Depending on how Amazon sells this, if they package it in a thing of like, if you have Amazon Prime, you have this, that could be a case for them. We'll see how it looks, and I mean, it also comes down to how good is their technology, because like we said, Stadia's technology was very rough out the gate. I hear it's gotten way, way better. But at the end of the day, like, all of these companies, if they don't see enough profit off their work, we're not going to see it in 5 years. They're not going to back it for 5 years if people don't sign up now.
The last thing I want to just mention is they have a controller, and it looks like the Xbox controller and the Switch Pro controller just kind of merged into this thing. Like, it's got the offset sticks. Yeah. It's got the D-pad more like the Switch. It's got A, B, X, Y, which both of those do, but the buttons are in a different order than they are on either of them.
Which is so great.
Yeah.
Is there a thing where, like, they can't share the same buttons?
I think so. I think the button layouts of the Xbox and the Nintendo controllers, like, are both, copyrighted kind of thing. Patented or something.
Why don't they use different letters then?
Gotta ask Microsoft that one, right? Because they came to it later.
Yeah, like, Sony brought shapes into it.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're doing it different, but everybody else seems to be doing those XYAB. I don't know. It could be interesting for sure. Well, it's one of those things we'll see. I think Amazon also just has kind of a bad stink to them that people would be less willing to give them money.
See, I already have Prime, and I feel like if this is somehow tied into that, like, I'll easily at some point try this.
Yeah. That's probably the thing that they're gonna get. If they make it part of Prime, people might be more willing to check it out than if they're like, you have to sign up for it separately, like Stadia. But Microsoft might have a new thing to entice you to check out their offerings, because they have made a purchase for $7.5 billion to buy Bethesda Softworks, the company who brings you Doom, The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and more. So Microsoft has acquired Bethesda Softworks, which we've seen Microsoft purchasing a shit ton of game companies, bringing them into their umbrella, and presumably, I would say like, hey, they're going to be exclusive to Xbox, but that's not been Xbox's thing lately. They still put out stuff elsewhere. And so much so that like the deals that Bethesda has made previously will still be honored. Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, which were timed exclusives on PlayStation 5, will still be on PlayStation 5. I'll be curious if they start with like an Xbox Game Studios logo.
Oh, they absolutely will, won't they?
That'll be interesting. Yeah. Launching up a game on your PS5 and seeing the Xbox logo.
And Microsoft's been pretty consistent about that as they've acquired studios, where they've said, okay, any of the projects that are currently, set for release are still going to release on those platforms that they're, intended to go to.
Yeah. Why do you think Microsoft is taking this tactic of just buying up game studios instead of just like letting them do their thing that they normally would?
I think it's probably easier than trying to start new studios. Like it's more cost effective to take a team that is already making games, or that already owns an IP that has fans, and say, okay, we're gonna make more of that, or we're gonna make something similar to that.
Yeah, for sure. I will say it is interesting that now Bethesda and Obsidian are owned by the same parent company now, so we could possibly see a new Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah,
because that was a Fallout property made by Obsidian. So it does do interesting things, but yeah, it is a case of like Microsoft has kind of stopped trying to make their own stuff. They're just kind of buying up everybody else's. They're kind of the kid who's like, I like what you're playing with. It's mine now.
Also, like with the cloud gaming stuff or the services stuff, like we have Game Pass, right? Like Microsoft now is like any Microsoft games coming into Game Pass. They recently put EA Play into that, but then you look at something like Amazon Luna or Stadia. It's like now Amazon or Google has to pay Microsoft, right, to put Bethesda games there. And so I feel like that's also a win for them, right? Like now you want Elder Scrolls on your streaming platform, fine, pay us and we'll do that.
Yeah. I mean,
Game Pass will be on ours.
Yeah. Game Pass is definitely a heavy carrot for gamers and for companies. I think that like people they've probably got so many people signed up for Game Pass that being on Game Pass is probably like a big incentive for people.
It seems like Minecraft was like a real proof of concept for this. Like they paid a bunch of money just for Minecraft, but like look how they've kind of expanded that and spun that off into so many different places.
We're gonna get him a Steve Amiibo now.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to get a Steve Amiibo, or do you think we're going to get a Steve Alex? Like I didn't even know the girl avatar had a name. I think it's Alex.
It is Alex.
Okay. The zombie and the Enderman, I believe, were the four like skins for it in Smash. Do you think we're getting 4 Amiibos, or do you think we're just getting Steve?
Probably
I think you get it in like a
3-pack
or something, like they do with when Shovel Knight had the 3-pack for the other ones, the other knights.
Well, yeah, for the Breath of Wild Guardians, I believe were a 4-pack, or was that 3?
Well, that's different though. They have their own.
They had
game
like 10 of those for Breath of the Wild.
Property.
Well, I'm just saying that a 4-pack wouldn't be unreasonable.
Mm.
If they're gonna release Smash Amiibos, like for Steve, I could see that. But if they're gonna separately release Amiibos for Minecraft on the Switch, that could be a whole different thing.
Right.
I'm trying to think.
Because if it's just for Smash,
I think it would
only
have to
see
be
Steve.
Smash based, right?
I don't see them releasing just like general Minecraft amiibos, because as of right now, there's no amiibo function in Minecraft because they try to keep Minecraft the same for each version. So I don't think that the Minecraft for Switch is going to come out with its own version so that it can use amiibos.
I know the guy with the whip from Castlevania. I know that there's amiibos for both his skins, so there is a case for getting amiibos for separate skins.
Okay.
Which Castlevania character is it?
It's why can't I think of their names? Simon Belmont and the other one.
Yeah, these two are the same like they're different outfits or whatever, clones in Smash Brothers. Like they have the same powers.
That's interesting.
Simon and Garfunkel.
No.
So, won't be unreasonable.
That's a good example
Simon and
of
Richter.
a pretty similar.
Yep.
Simon and Richter. Richter.
But what if it was Garfunkel?
So then I guess I could see them doing Steve and Alex, but I don't see them doing like an Enderman and a skeleton and like...
Well, I mean, it would be Zombie Enderman was the
Whatever.
four playable.
I see them doing Alex and Steve, but it is also Minecraft, and Minecraft sells like a lot, so maybe they will just make all of them.
I mean, to be fair, amiibos sell a lot at this point. I don't think like they could put out amiibo of a cheese wheel and it would sell because amiibo people be crazy. I'm probably buying the Minecraft one, and I'm not that big a Minecraft dude. Dude, the Joker one came. I'm gonna grab it real quick. It looks so dope.
I feel like you get Steve, maybe 2-packs. That's what I'm going with. Maybe 4 individuals. I don't know.
They have really gotten good with their amiibos. Like, these are dope figures. Like, the original amiibos were just them kind of posed in a static way. That was like, why would I want that? It does, like, the thing that it does in Smash Brothers isn't that interesting. And then they started, like, making it so it unlocks, like, new content in games. And it's like, oh, I want these now. But also, you cannot find them anymore. Okay, well, that is the news we have for you.
That was Microsoft buys Bethesda.
/ Amiibo Talk. Which, our Amiibo Talk is brought to you by our Patreon producers. Thank you, Aaron C. and Dragons Lucas, for helping support the show like you do with your voodoo, because it's Halloween time.
That's how you do.
Yep. Who do the voodoo?
Darian's not amused anymore at this point. I guess she never was from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, maybe Matthew can amuse her by telling everyone what the next Ready Set Game Chat game is.
Do you like Ready Set Game Chat? Because I do. I think it's pretty fun. I think that's some of the best stuff we do when we all play the same game and then have a good long discussion about it. The next game we're playing is Astrologaster, which is available on, I believe I said iOS last time, but it's on PC and mobile, I believe. And we're going to talk about that on the November 1st recording. So, if you play it before then, you can send in questions about that or your thoughts on the game or, anything like that. But that's when we'll be talking about that.
From what I downloaded it from the Game Pass, and the description, from what I glean, you are a doctor diagnosing people based on astrology.
Yeah, I think
just
that's
like real life,
as one does. So that's what that game is. If you were wondering, and we're like, I don't know what Astrologaster means. That's what that means. I believe it's a comedy.
It's supposed. Yeah, it says comedy and I was like, okay, let's see if you can do funny in game.
I like funnies. Well, this brings us to this musical deal. Are you ready for it? Here it comes.
Do you want to be a part of the show? Oh my god, I'm getting stuffier and stuffier, and I'm just miserable. Go to
I'm
Ready
sure-
Set Gamecast. What?
I'm sure that's why you're not been enjoying my great humor is because
Yeah, it's because I'm sick. I'm having a hard time enjoying anything. Except for getting really not sober and playing video games.
It's not a good way to get healthy.
Go to readysetgamecast.com/submit to submit a question, comment, or your favorite. Shit.
Birthday cake type.
Birthday cake flavor. That's a great idea. Good call, Matt. For us to read
Topical.
on the show.
I like how there's a flavor just called birthday cake.
Well, yeah. That's where you get like the funfetti stuff.
Okay.
Hollyween asks, what's your favorite Halloween/spooky movie and or video game? I would like to answer both separately. Anybody want to go first?
Sure. I am not a fan of scary movies, but I have a soft spot for the original Halloween movie, and I will watch that, even though it scares me every time still. Video game, spooky video game. I don't know. I don't play a lot because I get scared too easily.
My favorite spook game is Dead Space 2. The Dead Space 1 and 2 series are very good, but Dead Space 2 is probably the better of them. I haven't played Dead Space 3, but I hear it kind of is more actiony than spooky. As for movie, I'd say Jeepers Creepers is a scarier movie, but I'd be more willing to watch 1408. Are the two movies of the scary nature that I will be willing to watch that are like movies I quite enjoy. I also want to give a shout out to it's not a Halloween thing, but it's got those autumn kind of like October-y feels.
Vibes.
Shout out to the TV show miniseries Over the Garden Wall. Very good.
I thought of a game that's not spooky, but it is kind of themed, the fall theme.
Do it.
It's oh crap, what is it called? Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods is a nice
Ooh.
fall themed game. That's a good little play if you have the time now.
I need to play that.
So my favorite Halloween movie is also Halloween. I like both of them in the series, Halloween and Halloween. I think it's 2017 or 2018. I don't remember. My alt account is named Michael Myers Simp, so that's a hill I'm gonna die on. I've talked many times on this podcast, and we're going to talk about it again, about my attraction to Michael Myers. And
It's
I
just
was
a good
scrolling
looking
through
dude.
TikTok one day, and I learned that you can say something ironically, but your brain doesn't necessarily process it that way. So I'm pretty sure my attraction to Michael Myers was implanted in my brain because I joked about being attracted to him once, and then my brain was like, oh, all right, yeah, sure, that's a thing now. So, did it. So if you're ever like, wow, I should be attracted to that thing, all you got to do is make a joke about being attracted to that thing. And eventually your brain's going to be like, yes. Yes, you are attracted to that thing.
That's how I got most of my girlfriends.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's fucked up. And my favorite spooky game is Five Nights at Freddy's. I love that game series. There's so much lore. So good. Can Among Us be
deep
considered a
lore.
scary game?
Sure.
I
They have
guess.
Halloween costumes now.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel Animal Crossing has Halloween costumes. Is that
It's Halloween.
Halloween's
Okay.
a good holiday.
Halloween/spooky. It doesn't say it has to be spooky.
okay?
My favorite Halloween/spooky movie is either or both. It's Halloween. It's
Kingdom
my
Hearts.
future husband's in there.
Kingdom Hearts, where they go to the Halloween town.
What about the Boy Meets World episode where it's like
dude, that's
the
so
Scream-
good. Don't
Scream episode?
No, stop. You're done because eventually I'm going to show that to my girlfriend. I think it's the one where
So no
yeah.
spoilers?
Yes, and I
it's
don't
like the movie Scream.
yeah. It's the one
It's
in
like
the
a
high school.
slasher.
It's the one in the
Yeah.
high school. Yeah. That episode's really good, and I don't want her to go in knowing,
I used to scare the crap out of me for some reason.
There's a video series, they're like a YouTube video series of a chick retelling her D&D campaign that I had watched previously, and like while Aaron was out of town, like I'd found random videos of it in my recommended, and then while she was out of town, like I ended up watching like beginning to end, and I was like, oh, this is a really cool thing. And then for my birthday, I made her watch them all. But like she had seen like one of the late episodes, so like early on, they're like, you can't know that yet. That's a spoiler for later. And she's like, I feel like I remember. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. So it's like she can't know anything. She'll remember, and it'll ruin stuff.
Bryce asks, just wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
I don't know who that was from. I don't know if they were just like, I'm going to wish Bryce a happy birthday, if they were confused about who it was directed at. But
so Bryce wrote in and wished himself a happy birthday.
I guess.
Or that.
I don't remember doing that, but that's also my excuse for lots of things.
And then Teddy Chinaris, past host, longtime friend of the show, asked, he said he might have missed it, but have any of y'all checked out this hit new Game of the Year contender, Genshin Impact? So many waifus. I haven't done anything with Genshin Impact.
I've seen Genshin Impact played. It seems to have some like Breath of the Wild, but with like a lot of story. Where like Breath of the Wild was very story light. Whereas this seems to have a lot more, and it's also gacha. Like I
was under the impression that it was going to be an MMO, but I haven't seen that aspect of it yet. I'm less interested.
I wasn't getting that vibe, but like everyone I've seen play it seems very excited about its whole thing.
Yeah, people like them waifus and collecting them and beating stuff up, and I guess the combat's actually really good.
Yeah. The trailer for it looked cool. Like it seemed like it had a lot of variety of each character seemed to fight in different ways to make it interesting. The gacha nature of it seems bad, but what you gonna do?
Yeah, it's free to play. They got to make their money somehow.
They gotta make it by baking it, like we do when we make our housekeeping.
Oh, birthday cake! I thought you were gonna say.
Hey, it's my birthday, and you can help celebrate it by going to lastgeek.com for links to the podcast service on all your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher, and including Amazon Music now, I guess, as well as the video version on youtube.com/lastgeek. Also, if you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful. I feel like there was a time when Teddy was working out a lot that I feel like he had the biggest biceps on the show, but I feel like I am that person again.
My biceps are huge.
Mine are
I actually don't know how to flex. It hurts when I do. It hurts in my wrist when I do that.
That's why. Are you like clenching your hand?
Yeah. How are you supposed to flex? How do you flex?
You just bring your arm up.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't clench. I thought like if you clenched it, flexed it more.
If you clench your arm, it activates most of the muscles. You have to clench your fist.
Oh, yeah.
So Bryce, you probably have bigger biceps than you thought you did. You just aren't doing it right.
I guess I think I clench my fist, but not in a point that it hurts. I'm not hurting myself by doing it.
Oh yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to hurt it because that could pull a muscle.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna pull a muscle.
Yeah, so I don't know what Matt's doing that's making him
too many gamer hours. My wrist.
But hey, if you think this show's good, please tell others about it, because that is the greatest way to help us grow. When people find out about the show, they'll go to iTunes and see that it has good reviews. But if they don't search for us, they'll never find us. So you have to tell them that we exist. Other Last Geek stuff you should check out. As I've indicated earlier, on October 17th, myself and my girlfriend And hopefully some people will be joining online. Beckers wants to play Among Us, and possibly other stuff. Overcooked, maybe? I don't know. There'll be stuff. I'm going to figure stuff out. October 17th, 24 hours of video games and cool stuff on my channel, twitch.tv/lastgeekplays. Please come check it out. We will be raising money for Extra Life, a charity which supports Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And the money you donate on my page will go directly to the hospital, which helped my son not have cancer anymore. So that is good. And he actively receives treatment at that hospital for like checkups and stuff. And should his cancer come back, that is he will be receiving treatment. So if we can get them like enough money to get some sort of super laser that just like individually kills cancer cells, that would be cool. But so help support the charity would be dope. If you're not able to attend, you can still donate at your leisure. If you go to lastgeek.com/extralife, the donation link will be there. Dungeons and Gamers is a podcast / Dungeons and Dragons series that we do. It's available on youtube.com/lastgeek as a playlist. There's a separate YouTube channel if you search for Dungeons and Gamers. And it is available on podcast services everywhere. It includes myself playing a half-orc, Matt playing a tiefling sorcerer, Darian playing a high elf rogue, our video editor playing a wood elf bard, and Beckers from the podcast Game Corp playing a bear barbarian. It's a cool time. The first arc is up and new episodes will be released as we are ready to release them, which we'll see when that happens. But you're wondering, how will I know? Well, go subscribe to the stuff. That's probably the best way to do it. But you can also follow Dungeons Gamers on Twitter. There's no end. It's just the words Dungeons Gamers. On Twitter, we'll give you hot information. There's pictures of Darian's character because she hasn't been revealed yet, so that it doesn't say their name. You'll find out there, or if you watch the live stream from it. I believe that's probably all the information that I have for you today. But first, Matt's going to tell us where you can hear more about his life.
Currently on the two podcasts that Bryce just listed, but in the future, probably on Twitch some more at twitch.tv/DilbertPickled. Also, I have a Twitter account that you could find me there. Sometimes I tweet. Most of the time I don't.
Darian, do you sometimes tweet?
I do sometimes tweet. I have two Twitters. But you should look for me at twitter.com/ and twitch.tv/ a witchy fairy. It's a witch YFAERIE. It's important that you spell fairy the correct way.
The British way.
Well, it's not even technically British. It's like Old English, and also they just carry different weight. Fairy with an I and a Y is like bright and happy and just mischievous little whatever. And then the fairy that's spelled the way I spell it is more like, that's where you're going to find your banshees and your selkies and the things that want to kill the humans. That's where we hang out with those fairies.
If there was some weird situation where people are listening to this because they heard us on Dungeons and Gamers, it's spelled the way that the D&D Fae is spelled.
Yep.
Also, I'm apparently obligated to tell you the Neopets way. Neopets spells fairy FAERI.
Hey, yeah, there we go. Neopets way. That's a smart way to do it.
Do it the Neopets way.
Or like if you read like the modern fairy tales, or because that's where I get like the modern fairy tales and the folk of the air, Holly Black and Tony Ditter Lizzie and all that fun stuff. They use that word, that spelling of fairy.
Or fairy with an E.
Fairy with an E, yeah.
Because normally...
E-I-E.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can follow me at Twitter at Last Geek. You can follow me at Twitch at Last Geek Plays. You can follow me at youtube.com/lastgeek, where you'll find these videos from Game Make Corp, cool Let's Plays we do, Dungeons and Gamers, lots of great series. There's also vlogs on there. There's maybe going to be a video series of me eating way too much food. I filled like 90% of it. I just haven't done the one where it defeats me. We'll see.
But not vegetables.
Yeah, I have gotten clean. I have gotten plain McDoubles for the first arc of food crimes. It's a lot of great content, and I would appreciate you supporting that, because it means that I am not wasting my life by creating it.
Hey, Bryce.
I would like your validation in the form of money, please.
No, I don't need the money. I just need the the number to go up
The
that
likes.
says people are watching it.
The comments.
Yeah,
The subscribes.
literally views. I will take a view, but if you're subscribing, you're more likely to view it, I would hope. Well, that's all I have for you, I believe. Instagram.com/lastgeekplays. I try and post stuff there occasionally. That's it. That's all we have for you. And you will be seeing them again in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Welcome to my extra life. You can see me there.